opening keynote on NFTs.
So we're going to start with a fireside chat. And it's going to be on NFTs. And we'll have joining us Bruce Fort, founder of Washington Elite, Fernando Martinho, founder of Unicorn. I think that's about it, right? Welcome on stage.
I wanted to play these couple of minutes of videos of some of the projects we're gonna hear from the founders the rest of the afternoon. There's gonna be several sessions, a few panels, and I urge you to stay here because some of these projects are incredible and they already have most of it built. And I know the founders personally, and I know how much dedication they have put into this and how much they really believe in this space. And I'm really excited then to be moderating some of these panels, yeah? So NFTs, gaming, metaverse, I think for the last 2 days you guys have heard quite a bit about it. But we're gonna dive a little bit more today in some of these panels, yeah? What is the next big thing in NFTs? Are we right at the beginning, you know? What is going to be the interplay between NFTs, gaming, metaverse? You know, what are going to be those immersive experiences that all these people are creating, yeah? So personally, I'm the founder of Unicorn, and we NFTing really digital, but also the main thing that we are focusing at the moment is real objects. You know, any real assets, being a Picasso, doesn't matter, a classic car, you name it, and the auctions, the end of the auction, the winner actually will take the real asset, you know, being a Picasso, being a classic car, all the collectibles, all the arts, we are NFTing them, but with a difference, is the winner of the auction will take also the physical object, yeah? So it's very high-end. How are we going to bring all of those items we have in our world to the virtual world? That is the exciting part, because think about whatever you think in terms of collectibles. People collect for thousands of years things, you know, whatever they are. From shells, thousands and thousands of years ago, to stamps was a big thing 50 years ago, 40 years ago, even today it is. And now as we are digitizing all the stuff that we have in the world, you know, we are also bringing all of those things to a digital world, to the metaverse. And the interaction between all of those things and the things we are creating on metaverses and games, for me, that is the exciting part. Yeah. So think, for example, you were the lucky person to have 100 million to buy a Picasso. Yeah, the real Picasso that you take home, but you also have the NFT. But now think about that someone actually managed to integrate that with a game. Yeah, and you can lease that NFT, that Picasso. Yeah, Bruce is a bit late. Yeah, and once you NFT, that you have the owner of that NFT, that Picasso, and also the real thing. Now the games can do a lot of things because you can rent for a month that NFT, and they can integrate into the game so that when you find that Picasso NFT, for example, it's just an example, yeah? So the imagination that we have in doing this stuff is incredible. So once you find that NFT, you could get a lot of extra powers, yeah? And you get that NFT for a month. But then you could sell that NFT, the entrance to that NFT for another month to somebody else that is playing the game on a marketplace. Because what you've done throughout the game gave an history of that NFT, yeah, and becomes more valuable. You as the owner of that NFT and the physical piece as well, you are monetizing that NFT and you are receiving a transaction percentage of every time that NFT is traded in that game. I mean, there's people creating incredible things around the games at the moment, and I'm working with a few of those guys, and there's a lot of stuff coming in the next 6 to 9 months that is going to blow your brains, you know. And I'm really excited to bring some of the guys later today to the stage, and you're going to like it, I promise you, okay? Hey, Bruce.
Fernando, Martinho, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah. So sorry, I thought we were on the other stage, so I was doing that. I'll tell you guys, the NFTs have totally changed the landscape. I was just at NFT NYC back last year. It's going to be again in June, and it was like a Woodstock moment. There was, and that's even what the founder said. I sat down and did an interview with him, and he said it was a Woodstock moment. And there was, I think there were 7,000 people who came to the event, 3 or 4 different venues. It was more like 10,000. So they're going to do it again. And I know one of the things, and I know you touched on it a little bit, is the ownership. And we see the big guys coming in, like Marvel and Disney, and even Budweiser and these other ones. They're coming in, and they're coming in because they think that they can now protect their intellectual property. And whether or not they were able to protect the IP before or not, now that they think that they can. And this has already started to bring in a lot more money into the space, and we're going to continue to see that happen. Another thing about the NFTs, I talked about it on the main stage yesterday. We did a metaverse and healthcare. And, we talked about the, augmented realities and going to see your doctor in the metaverse and, all these types of things. But in that NFT, you're able to store a lot of code. It's like an entire app, on your phone. And you're able to really do a lot of amazing things on that NFT. So one of the things that we've obviously all seen and experienced in this is art, right? I mean, that's been one of the main ways that people have experienced these NFTs, is to own the art and to trade the art. And for the artist, of course, I think it's been life-changing. I mean, I've seen guys that, you know, forget the starving artists now, man, they're like, you know, driving Ferraris and doing all kinds of stuff, and then being able to get paid again and again and again as that transaction happens. So really interesting and super exciting.
Yeah, Boris, totally. And this is about what motivated me to get more and to actually start Unicorn was really the creators economy. You heard me talk many times about this at other conferences, and this is the really motivator for me when I started this. And then it evolved into something more. It's about also for the owners of all of those collectibles. There's at some point that those people are happy to let go to somebody else to actually own that piece, you know? And by looking at how we can help all of those artists, you know, owners of art, it doesn't matter what art or what collectible, we are doing actually quite good, because a lot of the people, it's all about emotions in the end, yeah? It really is about emotions. Whatever you do in collectibles, in art, you know, that's how NFT started, really. You know, back in 2016, 17, is people just collecting stuff, because I was one of those that collected DC comic cards, football cards when I was a kid. Other people collected Pokemons, you know. That's some very interesting stories about Pokemons, but it is about that emotion, and it is about all of those people that are creating art also to become closer, you know, to the people that actually enjoy their art. And it's so exciting to see this, right, Bruce?
It really is. One of the coolest things too, I mean, if you're trading these or using these, is, you know, the two pieces of art or the NFTs that can then have, you know, little baby NFTs, and they change and they mix, and, you know, this whole gamification of it, it's amazing.
There's going to be today, towards the end of the day, one panel where there's going to be one founder that is doing amazing things. You know, it's called Iconic Mates, and you have to really to hear what she has to say, because I find it fascinating. It's about that. It's about, think about Tamagotchi, but for humans, and all the emotions, and then generate other humans. And I mean, it's fascinating what they are creating. Unreal 5, I couldn't distinguish. You know, I couldn't see, when they showed me that, I couldn't see if it was a person or if it was really 3D, virtual, something that was created in Unreal. I couldn't distinguish, you know. So the technology is also there to really help us to do some very cool stuff like this, right?
It's the Wild West, as it always has been in crypto, my friend.
Okay, so enjoy the rest of the session. We're going to come on and off the stage as we go through this, yeah? And for you guys to get the next people on stage, yeah? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.